Thank you very much, Maria. Good morning, everybody. Once again, here, my name is Noé. I'm going to start first of all sharing. So I can just introduce the session for today, which, as Maria mentioned, it will be hotels, right? Let me start sharing now my screen. Okay. So thank you very much for joining us. This will be a good session for Business Central again. We're gonna see today the L Central for hotels. This is basically a property management system for hotels and resorts. Okay, unites the typical functionality of a traditional hotel, right? A system PMS with the retail and hospitality specific features. Electric retail solutions are known for to cover like different processes. In this case, ranging from accommodation to services, spa bookings, reservations, to retail normal sales, because well, some of the hotels might have I don't know, restaurants, might have regular stores where or gift shops, all within a single system, right? That will be the idea. So let's jump into it. Central Hotels is, by the way, built, sorry, on a Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. And the resource planning system or the ERP basically is the software, is a solution designed specifically for the hotel industry by LS Retail, which is a company as well joining with Microsoft. Then creating an ISV to manage the software for the retail and food and beverage industry, right? So this is quite specific for the retail. And let me just show you the idea. Okay, Kronos LS Central. This is Business Central with LS Retail. Quite interesting to then understand this part. So it's like an ERP dedicated for the retail industry, right? It has everything from finance and purchase, sales, that everything that we have in the normal ERP, we call these modules. Look at this: finance, purchasing, in manufacturing, even projects, say modules, services modules. Well, all of these, what are these, right? They are basically normal ERP Business Central modules, plus hotel manager, right? Retail buyer, restaurant, membership management is loyalty, right? Just giving you just an insight of some of the things we're going to see today. And of course, well, we have other processes. Look at this: fashion manager, so we might be able to sell some clothing, tennis shoes, get the idea. And of course, replenishing. There are others, but today will be more among all of these different modules that you might have an idea just by looking at the title what they are. Sorry. Activity manager and the activities module is very important for today, and the other ones will be hotel. And what are they? Well, hotel manager. Do you want to have a hotel? Do you have a hotel, a resort that manages, well, different rooms to accommodate people, group of peoples, right? And the activity manager is where, or the activity module is where we can create, if we have different activities in a resort, as an example, like golf, if you rent bikes, if you have rooms to rent to make different events, right? A spa with different people working, or tennis classes with, I don't know, trainers, right? And you need to accommodate schedules and costs and subscription and whatever. All of that is the activity module. We're going to see in depth through the different webinars we're going to have, all dedicated to the retail industry. This is another example. So let me just start today with the hotel. My hotel currently actually has different rooms, different configuration. I have different buildings, different, of course, reservation types, right? Let me just explain a little bit. The rooms, for instance, that I can create, and you decide what type of hotel you might have. Well, it includes the single rooms, it includes the deluxe, in my case, the junior suite, presidential suite, suite, the queen, blah, 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 right? You might think, well, okay, of course, I have different rooms with different characteristics where I can accommodate different bed types, of course. And with that, well, it's related to this room size, at least in my example. Okay, but then you can, think of different aspects like the number of persons, adults, number of children's, extra beds, or number even of cribs, right? So this is related to how many people will be accommodated, and you can then classify them with a specific code like myself, right? And then this will be used for me to accommodate people in those rooms. But as well, I will need to know, well, how many buildings. Okay, in my case, I guess I have 3. You can see here my different type of properties. Okay, property management as well, because look at this. The Luxa is my preferred hotel. We are going to work on Luxa hotel, right? This has different activities for spa, rooms, a restaurant, and all of the in all one single building, right? But it has different POSs, and this is as well connected with the system that we're going to see, because I have designed different POSs in the entire facility with different type of logic criteria, but all of them to attend different aspects or specific activities, specific normal stores like gift shops, okay, and where I sell my memorabilia, t-shirts with my Luxa hotel brand, and or a restaurant where I actually prepare food. Everything inside one single property. And then I'm gonna create as well some deposits and cancellation policies. That will be part of the rate management. I have different type of rates, of course. Everything will be dynamic. Business Central has the option to give you, well, different type of rates for different type of products that we're gonna handle. Well, just to begin, we have the BIR, the best available rate. Let me just give you an explanation of what this Business Central is going to do. The first thing is that this list price will be visible. Okay, it's going to be enabled, because the idea here is that we're going to generate a configuration where we are going to generate a list of different prices. We are going to calculate our room rates. Let me just explain you where we are going to be able to accommodate the different prices, for instance, different rooms. In this case, I have even for rate codes for my bar, okay, variable. Remember that. That will be updating, where you can even create a list of these different prices. In my case, even with restrictions, there's a lot of detail behind this part, but you can say, hey, I want to offer on weekends specific prices, okay, from Monday to Friday, another price for the specific property, my room rate. This would be based as well on your experience, but the idea of this is that Business Central can give you different rates. Let's say that if you're going to reach December, we know that is the peak month where we sell the most in every resort, basically every hotel, right? Or mainly, well, the industry works like with different seasons, let's put it that way, at least, where we are going to be able to handle then the daily room rates or prices as well by the detail. Even we can handle that by day, even by room, and then by property. So you decide that, and we then configure. We help you then to decide, okay, among different days, among different months, and among different seasons, you're going to get different prices that will be then help us to calculate, well, once we publish them, well, different rates. Okay, don't worry with the additional complicated details that I'm showing here. Is just giving you the idea that you can decide in order to make this more dynamic. We always want to have different rates. Okay, so you might create, well, in this case, the normal best available rate, then one with 10% of bar. Okay, so 10% of the actual regular price with discount, but it must then, it must work according to specific a specific look at this offset 10% discount. because we have as well maybe some restrictions. Okay, if you are a customer from one day to the other, right? So yes, I already know that I have a plan throughout the year, but once in a while, if I see that an event is coming or something like that, then I can decide to put some additional and more specific restriction to now increase the price if it's that better for me. So the list will be working dynamically, and as well I have my corporate rate for specific special guests, of course, right? And as well, if you have a reservation in my hotel and then you decide to get a massage plus a dinner in our restaurant, of course, I'm going to give you a special price. My corporate rate is because, well, I have some people working in Iceland. The LS retail product is in Iceland, the LS retail company, sorry, and they have, well, decided to then, I don't know, have a corporate from the entire world. The employees and customers are going to arrive to the Luxa Hotel, right, in Iceland, and if they pay as well, they're, if according to a corporate reservation, they're going to get a super special price. You get now the idea about the rate management. Everything will be dynamic according to a previous desired policies, ideas that you have. And then we have, well, housekeeping. Housekeeping is because, of course, well, one of the things that we do is that we need to, this is not the one that we're looking for, is that because we are going to be looking for different statuses, well, to be able to then provide additional cleaning, like for every room, whenever it's occupied, allocated, or with people that has checked in, well, we're going to go through a process to understand if it's occupied but clean, occupied but, well, with different, if it's dirty, if we need to change, well, as well, some of the statuses. Let me just show you: occupied, clean, inspection, second inspection. Okay, my hotel as well has a special page for the people that works here, right, with so they can see the room statuses. They can even open in their cell phone or their tablet, well, and see the status, so they can keep on updating the information for all our rooms, right? I'll continue with the housekeeper statuses that they have for every room. Okay, and let's see then all of this working unified. And these are just the basics, you know, just to give you the idea that we design the hotels with the different buildings and rooms, some rates, and then we as well offer this type of service, of course. Okay, then there are others. There are other type of configuration. I'm not gonna lie, this is an entire module, very cool for the hotel management. But just as an introduction, well, let's just start with a new reservation. The idea of this window that we're going to see, we have this in the entrance of the hotel, in the reception. Okay, in order to create this is a draft reservation window where I can see then that one reservation number is assigned. You decide which number you will prefer. In my case, I'm currently with this number 3, right? And here, well, my process will be like this. Who are you? Okay, have you stayed with me in this hotel before? Should I create a new customer with specific information? We can do so, right? Just to begin, I'm going to select one of the person that actually he's telling me his name. He told me that he has stayed before. Okay, Stefan Thompson. Okay. Well, I have just all this information that is created behind scene while we are actually updating information. This is actually part of the loyalty program. I'm going to show you a little bit about it. Okay. What I'm saying is that this person has stayed with us, or either he at some point went to any of our resorts or hotels, or at least he once purchased in one of our gift shops, and Stefan Thompson, gave me his actual data. Now, Stephen Thompson, he's from California, and well, I have his basic information, and he is the guest number F00001. Okay, that's fine. Now we are on one of my hotels. You can decide in which hotel he's going to stay. In this case, I have the Luxa and Luxus, okay, with more expensive prices, additional and beautiful architecture, right, or the normal locks up. So in this case, I have selected this property. Okay, how many nights you're going to stay? Of course, well, you can then you start writing this part. The idea here is that immediately for all the rates that according the actual data I currently have here, well, the dynamic rate, remember that, is going to give us then the price for the type of different rooms. This is, I believe, double, deluxe, single, the suite, and the twin, okay? Different type of rooms that you can create. You just tell us what type of rooms you might have or desire, etc. Right? And then here, well, we can just decide. He can tell us what type of room he wants to then reserve. Let's say that he wants to reserve only one room. It's not a problem. The single room, okay? One adult or how many? Okay, so we can then as well decide if at any given moment we should add another bed or we can make the system help us with that. And look at this. Hey, the single room does not allow more than one adult occupying the room. Not a problem. Okay, so we can then decide to change the room, or maybe this will be better, two different rooms. You decide, okay, you get this part. So this is going to give me the actual restrictions for the capacity of the actual room. Okay, and then the idea is that as well here I have the capacity. Okay, the capacity here is that, well, for today I have 13. Okay, and for tomorrow I still have 15 available with the characteristics that I have mentioned here. So for every day where this person is actually the room, by the room selected, I can see immediately here the capacity. So with this, in this case, I can say, okay, this will be part of the process that I want to use. Then later I'm going to show you other type of fields. You might be asking, hey, how you ask if sometimes we need to ask why you're coming. Are you coming for an event? Do you come from a special customer, right, that we have and everything? We're going to do more reservations just to explain a little bit more. Okay, so I'm trying to confirm now my reservation. And just for the first one, I get now first Stefan Thompson. Now, this is telling me the rate code, okay? The total rooms will be two person, the arrival date, and the departure date. Why am I saying this? Because, well, of course, that I have rules to cancel later. You need to stay these 2 days, okay? If you need to leave early, well, I still might charge. That's going to go in the end, okay, to explain that part. But here I have the check-in and check-out time. Everything will be automatically, right, according to your preferences for the hotel. And here, well, I will be just showing the detail. The reservation, actually, I got two because I will be then receiving 2 persons. Each person is receiving 1 reservation number, okay? That's good to mention because later we're going to need to receive a group of 10 different people coming for an event or something, right? And we sometimes need to add detailed information for each person, let's say. So it's preferable to work with the detail for each person if it's possible. And currently, I have confirmed a reservation for the property, but then that this could be done by telephone. I have this reservation, okay, confirmed, and we can then immediately, after we just did it, immediately send an email as an example or a report for the person telling that actually we have just made the reservation, and in this very moment we are going to be able to charge. Okay, now the idea is that on one hand we need somebody to prepare a reservation. The system is going to give us all the rates automatically, it's going to give us all the data, and it's going to give us special information that we are going to need so this person can now reserve. Okay, that's one step of the process, and now I can just continue doing other reservations to show you more options. It's very normal that sometimes the people that is coming will be part of a company, so to speak. I have Sabina, okay, I have another customer who's going to reserve, but she will be, I don't know, part of a company. She's coming from the Adatum Corporation, okay. She might receive a special price because she works in one of our companies that have a contract with us, well, to receive basically a special price. So she want currently the one room, okay, this could be for 2 adults, and she can then select once again which room she desires. But here I have my dynamic rate, 200. And well, from here it might be important just to mention, well, why you come in secondary fields, okay, complimentary conference, are you coming for the conference today? Is this going to be a corporate visit that you have, or a leisure individual, or you received an offer? Please let me know additional information, right? This will be part of the market segment. And this one, the routing rule, okay, part of the negotiations that you might do with special customers is that companies is mainly is because, well, you might decide, and this is very common among the hotel industry, once you know that you're going to receive corporate guests, then you might decide as well to ask them who's going to pay for things when your actual people or team are going to come. The company pays a room only, the company pays maybe as well for beverage and food, okay? The company pays it all, or all to pay master. I'm going to show you that in the end with the group, okay? But you decide that, okay? It could be even a combination. Why not think about 50-50, or well, guest pay. So get the idea. The invoicing rule is very important for us because we are going to be managing now special treatment for our guests that are common for different type of corporate or company activities that because they come from well, to make business, and they usually stay in our hotel and whatever, right? And then we can confirm the new reservation for Sabina. Then the idea is as well, in this very moment, let's say, okay, but in the end, if I'm receiving then a call from maybe the secretary from the president or from Sabina, and she will receive later another requirement, maybe not only for one, but maybe now 2 different nights or different or more rooms or a better room, we can just do so, okay? The dynamic rate will be working to make updates like I'm doing after the initial reservation. Maybe the person decides to get a deluxe room, okay, instead of the single or the double one, and then the arrival day will be another. The customer will, and the number of adults might be more or less, right? So once you decide that, well, the idea here is that we are going to be updating then the old rate is going to change from 200 to 320. Here you can decide, okay, if you're going to make a change, okay, you can charge more, okay, for the new rate, or update just a room without specifically charging more. It's up to you. The dynamic rate helps us with that. This could be an upgrade maybe, okay? And in this case, well, this is just telling us, hey, because of the different changes you have done and updates for any given reservations, your new rates will be X numbers, okay? And then this will be helping me to start working with any type of scenarios for the reservation, okay? So that will be more or less the idea for a corporate. And then another type of reservation that I will receive will be the group reservation. I'm going to check it in a moment. I don't want to make the webinar boring all the time, just making different scenarios for reservation. You get the idea of the reservation. I'm going to leave the most complicated type of reservations for later. The only thing that I will need to do is, well, at some point, right, I will be here in the receiving the guests, maybe. Some other guests are already in my hotel. They will be coming to make a reservation in the restaurant. They will be calling as well, or maybe arriving in the reception. Okay, look at my beautiful hotel with the pool, and I have, well, one of the buildings where, well, the idea is that, well, we can create this POS for you. Okay, this is 100% customizable. Let me just access to my POS so you can see it. And the idea of every process that we do, whenever we implement, we actually add your logo, we create the different menus, guys. and we'll prepare the information for the actual different POSs that we're going to have. Everything is 100% customizable. I'm the administrator, and I can actually, for instance, change the buttons, the menus, increase the sizes, the functions, okay, that we're going to see. I have my design mode as an example, and I can drag and drop and create different buttons, and I can train you to do actually this part of the design. But as an example, if I just review a button, then why not to check, okay, I have a description, I have a one parameter, right, the sizes, this is center type of button, and well, I have different pictures, visibility, how you want to work, okay, different type of configurations that I have for you, so you can then create, help me in the first implementation, we can then help you to design this POS, which is 100% customizable for your preferences, colors, sizes of screens, and etc. Okay, one important thing that I need to tell you, this technology works in the cloud. Okay, look at here. This, believe it or not, is everything that I will be showing is just one single browser. As you can, if you can see it, this is Chrome, by the way. But you can use any other, like Edge or any other type of browser that is preferred, right? But the idea here is that this technology then will be allowing me to actually to maybe why not to open this POS right in a tablet and things like that, because yes, we have all these requirements all the time. So maybe you are in the pool, you want to sell rings and so forth. Okay, but let's just work with the actual workflow. Is November 3rd, 2022, and I have 6 arrivals. Okay, look at other information in house. This will be my guests that are already in my hotel. Only 4 out of 132 rooms that I have available. Okay, but as well, you can see no shows, some different tasks, the balance, departures that I have for today. Okay. So the idea of the POS is that we are going to then now attend my customers. Let's just check it. I have clicked on the arrivals. Some of the actual reservations that I did are already here, plus waiting other, I see one reservation that is called LS Retail. So I can, because I know already this is telling me that I have 3 different people coming from the LS Retail company arriving today to my hotel, but they are part of the same reservation, okay, LS Retail. And here, well, by the way, independently, each person have different type of reservation number, 9, 8, and 7. Look, the idea is that when I receive a person like Sabina or Stefan or that group of people coming from one company, you are going to be able to look on this specific information. I have double click on Sabina to check, well, the total price for her rooms, 320. In first place, well, I'm going to check in when Sabina, well, arrives. Okay, because I have just decided the reservation will be for today and tomorrow only. Okay, but then the arrival check-in will be later by, well, today here is 8:31. Okay, but she decided to and we then check in at some point the customers. You can tell me for your hotel at what time they will be then allowed to be checking in. Okay, and that's part of the actual process. Since I'm an administrator and she is a special customer, it might be possible to override this. It's not going to be a problem if you need it. Okay, so I can now check Sabina, right? And look at this, hotel reservation is checked in, meaning that she's already in house. Okay, she might be here visiting now the hotel. If you have facilities, she maybe is not going to her room immediately, or maybe yes, maybe we have a special event and she needs, before going to the room, go to the event first for a meeting or whatever. Okay, so you can add specific comments. Okay, it's just going to be part of the actual idea. Event or birthday. She's going to stay here for vacation or corporate event. Well, any notation that you might think, well, will be important for you to create here. But the idea here is that I want to then add the actual room. I want to check the number of guests, which is from this country. The housekeeping rule is standard, because we actually attend people and we do the housekeeping actually twice a day, but you can add more. So we have different type of housekeeping rules. Now she's on the room 101. She's getting a deluxe, okay, type of room, but you can reaccommodate if needed in any of the available rooms that are currently deluxe. And they might have different characteristics, as I mentioned, okay? They are different windows, different aisles, different sections of your hotel. Maybe she wants to be on a lower room, right? Maybe not only on the specific floors and whatever, you need to check that with the type of rooms you have. And of course, you can actually change the room service statuses, okay? So I have just changed the room. I can just confirm it. And at this point, I'm not having then an update. She's happy with that just in the first as in my first example, and she is just now checked in. Okay, nothing else. But if you need a little bit more, well, maybe you want to see information for Sabina. Well, she is gonna visit us. You can see how many nights with these icons, the morning, okay? And all of these different icons are going to tell you specific information. Of course, we're going to tell you the purchase history, okay? Once you start purchasing different aspects, but as well, we have our loyalty program in my hotel where we begin as bronze, okay? I'm going to explain, well, last week I explained a little bit about the loyalty programs that I have, but they are actually linked to all my different resort activities, rooms, hotels, gift shops, and she might receive special prizes. And we begin from being bronze to then be silver, and in the end be gold. Okay, the gold members receive the best rates for the rooms and as well for the other activities. And in my gift shops or in any other store, well, they are going to receive better discounts. And okay, so it's up to you how you want to manage that. This is linking to the retail, but now that we are here in my hotel, I want to then add, why not, another activity. So we can do other aspects. Let's just click on table reservation. Okay, I have 2 restaurants, okay, from where I can just reserve. I have a table reservation in my hotel, in my restaurant 5 or my restaurant 10 to make a reservation because they are different. One actually for me is fine dining, okay, fine dining. To reserve hotel, a specific table, you need to then accommodate the people for specific guests on specific days when you want it. Well, maybe this Friday, tomorrow, I want to then make a reservation in your beautiful restaurant. Let's do it. How many people? Well, I'm staying in the hotel, but maybe my friend is going to arrive. Okay, 2 people will be, we are going to eat today together in this restaurant, and I'm then just going to make the reservation from you. At what time would you like to arrive to my restaurant? Independently if the person is going to be allocated in a room, the second person or not, because I have reserved this room for 2 people. That is already done. But then I'm adding a reservation then for 2 persons at 9 a.m. to make a great breakfast in my restaurant. And then I can see the availability. I have 30 tables available from my actual hotel or reservation or a reception POS that I'm showing today, guys. So that's good. Maybe we can then continue verifying information. Okay, so I have the Luxor room, plus then as well I have a new reservation with no cost at all. Why then not to offer some activities? Remember that I showed you that and I told you that we have other modules, right? Like, because in my hotel I have different activities. Look at all of them. Okay, all of them with different characteristics, of course. I can send you a burger and spa package. Okay, do you want to rent what else? Hot yoga, because I offer that, and I have with full price for 13, and I have trainers and I have rooms and I have, okay, you get the idea. This is the activities module. I'm gonna get a 30 minutes a massage, very simple. When do you want to have your massage for Mrs. Sabrina? it's going to be fine. We're just going to add it for Saturday, maybe, I don't know, right? But the activities actually is another module for the hotels. They work combined, okay? As well, I need to check the availability for the different dates. At what time would you like to have your spa massage? Okay, the price will be a 50, okay, and then you continue to add information for that activity. But what is related to the activities? Well, you have specific places, specific different activities, sports, luxury activities, exercise. In my case, spa, very common to have in hotels, and well, your imagination is the best. And here I have different trainers or different people who will be then giving, in this case, this special massage. I have a Linda Fritz, okay? And this resources is what we call, you manage your employees here inside for the hotel. So Linda Fritz is reserved for the Sabrina at this with these characteristics, okay, for the actual massage. Everything is adding in this very moment. Let me just update my information. Okay, Sabina Garcia, so she has some extras. Okay, she's getting then a massage for 30 minutes. So we are actually getting the balance, the total balance plus the actual room. Okay, so that's fine. This is exactly some of the regular activities that we normally do. The idea is that, well, you actually are going to reserve or add more activities in the actual process. Let me just go back in order to then verify then some of the in-house people. Here is Sabina Garcia already checked in with her room in-house currently, right? And then currently, well, she doesn't need the actual housekeeping, but let me just show you, hey, look at this, the deluxe is currently under inspection, okay? What do we do? Let's just hurry up because she's arriving currently, and this 101 deluxe is not yet clean until you, of course, update them. Okay, so in this very moment, we are actually going to be working with this type of process normally. Okay, checking what is the status of the actual room, if it's clean or not, or whatever. She's going to tell you, okay, after the inspection that we currently are undergoing, because the housekeeping rules work automatically behind the scene, because the people, the maintenance people, or maybe for repairs or whatever, will be working then behind the scene on their own schedules, and they will just follow up whatever they do through the POS to then just correct the statuses whenever we receive the customers, and then just to have communication. The actual maintenance people as well are going to be able to see my changes. Okay, that would be basically the idea. So it's under inspection, you can just change it and then just follow the other in-house guests just to, of course, verify everything one by one if needed. Okay, now the Optimus, Paul Thompson, Stefan, and Gita. Okay, all of these are currently my guests. Very nice. So the idea here is that, of course, I have then as well my floor plan. Okay, when I can see all the different rooms. Okay, look at this. Actually, this means that, oh, sorry. I have then all of these rooms. I can see in yellow the ones that are reserved. Sabina Garcia is already accommodated. She has already checked in. She has already ordered activities, or maybe she wants to order a wine after a while. Okay, I receive a call. Hey, this is Sabina Garcia. Okay, I arrived earlier throughout the day. I would like to order whatever you have, to offer. Let's open the POS. Let me just show you. This is my POS that I have actually open. And this is for my gift shop. But in this case, I have connected in through the reception, my restaurant menus, my drinks from the bar. Okay, the different POSs from different stores can be actually connected, so to speak, right? I'm just getting the actual products they sell, and I can send this information for the different stores that I have in my hotel. But I will be then selling through one single POS in my reception. So you accommodate your POSs with the different functionality, whatever you need. Okay, and you can continue combining your different type of sales among the specific hotel, a facility, right, to sell whatever you need. Okay, the idea is just that I have combined everything into one single model. Okay, but you get the idea. Of course, normally I will have a food POS in a restaurant, a drinks POS in a bar, spa cosmetics in the actual spa entrance if you have an area like that, and so forth. Well, let's just take a look. What do you want? Well, I have different options for my reception process. Late checkout, and you have a fee, by the way. Early check-in, and by the way, yes, we have rules to add a fee. And then laundry, okay? Room service added with cost, okay? And you decide this part. Why not just to check, okay, the laundry service, okay? But if you need, you can make a review of actual information. This is an actual item that I sell, okay? This is a service, because in my in the system, just for you to know, we have inventory type of items, the items that are physical, you count them, you purchase, you sell, okay? But these are services that you can sell. And here in this window, you can add more information. The laundry service with specific type of machine, specific type of service, what type of characteristics the laundry fee, the laundry service has, and so forth, okay? That will be mainly the idea. Then what I just need in this moment, I have, okay, added this, but let me just show you, I don't have a price, sorry for that, but I just forgot to configure that one. And then we could continue adding, well, in this case, more extras, okay, remember that. The price here is, well, the same as I received from the system, because I didn't add any rate for that. Let me just give you another example. Look at this. I can sell food, of course, right? And from here I have the Luxal special salad, okay? And what else? The plates, lights, we can accommodate your items by special groups, okay? And then the idea is that, well, look at this. This is my light refreshments, okay? Yogurt, blue cheese, the pineapple. Get the idea. This is because we are designing the POS according to your different requirements. And for once, in one single window, look at how many things we have created to navigate and start selling. Okay, so I have then other, why not to sell extras? Let me show you. So because we have the body scrub, other services, eyebrow shaping, right? These are actually because I have spa in my hotel, just forgot to mention. But here you can access, okay, what do you want? A massage, other, we can accommodate your POS, like to have different type of questions or preference for my hotel, okay? So it is booked, a spa type, well, I want a massage, okay? And then the idea is that with this, well, we're going to be able now to sort, look at this, skincare and face, hair and nails, okay, related to the activities that this customer wants. The POS has changed. I don't want to confuse you with too many type of options or possibilities, but these are just the basic ones, because this is what this type of sales operation that I'm doing with you guys is called clienteling. You, before doing if you go to a supermarket, the customer needs to provide them and pick the items, right, in order to take it to the cash register section, okay, carry them basically. And then we just scan them with the barcode, beep, 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 and we just get the final price. What I'm doing here with this customer, Gita, or I don't know how it actually is pronounced, but Gita is asking me what she really needs. And the POS will be then accommodated then with the specific type of clienteling models, because not only by selecting what she desires to have, is this algorithm is telling me more or less, well, is conducting me to different aspects of different activities, because she needs just a spa. But in the end, we can as well, for instance, okay, she is looking for a massage in my spa, but as well, sometimes we need to sell items, right? And she's deciding whether to buy the age moisturizer, facelift serum, whatever, okay? But the idea is that that I can show additional information. And I was telling you, you can add more information. You can from here see now for physical items, this has a little bit, the nature of this item is a little bit different. I can see the physical inventory connected 360 to the entire resort. And at any given moment, maybe I provide premium services, okay, for my actual guests. And of course, well, I need to know if I have it. Otherwise, I can request a transfer, a store request, okay, throughout the different processes. I'm going to show you some activities that we have for retail, but we can ask into in my resort, or if you have a hotel chain, well, we can make transfer among the different facilities, stores, hotels, a spa, whatever. Okay, as long as we have a warehouse inside my facilities, I can actually procure that purchase and transfer to any part in my facilities. Okay, good to know the price. And then look at this. This is what we call then the actual attributes of the physical items or service items. You can add them, you can add the brand, you can add, I don't know, the category, and well, I don't know, vegan. I'm not a specialist in cosmetics, but this might be very important. Okay. So you add them, you know your products that you sell, and then here we add special text. And guess what? We as well have websites, so you can continue to sell the products not only in our actual physical POSs, okay? So you can actually sell it online. Very good to know this. So I have this knowledge moisturizer, and you can continue then just selling. Now, when it comes to the payment, because this is another POS, okay? This might be inside the actual spa, or you can have a special person selling in the pool or something. You're opening this specific POS in a tablet, then this person might then receive a payment if needed. And of course, if it's a normal POS, well, I might have my hardware connected, my scanner, my printer, my everything, my 2 monitors, right? A normal POS that you find in every supermarket. It's up to you, the model, how do you want to use it, okay? But the system allows you to work with the normal POS or mobile, type of POSs. Now, coming to the payment method, this could be cash, a card, a deposit in advance that you actually just pay, loyalty if you're part, and well, Gita Thompson is part of my loyalty program. She's bronze. She could pay with points if she has it. Account, this will be for AR, okay, because she might be working, and if she works in a company, well, we can charge it to the company. Or maybe just for now, the room, okay, which is the most common type of tender type for this type of processes. Charge it to the room 102. We confirm that she's currently in that room, and we just click on yes. Because just to mention, which I don't have to show time to show everything, but yes, we can change rooms just if we commit or if we have mistakes, okay? But for now, well, this is just done. Charge to one specific room, reservation, whatever is the number. What is the reservation number? Let me just, we as well, oh, I would like to add then later as well the reservation number here in the top. Okay, but it's in room 122. Oh no, sorry, here is HBL 001. Okay, even if it's not super important, okay, sometimes for our customers, the idea of the reservation is that we are going to accommodate everything, okay, that I have been showing to this reservation number behind the scene. So for us inside the system in Business Central, this is important, yes, okay. Okay, and here I have Gita. I have now, I'm showing you once again, she's part of my loyalty model, but look at this. The purchase history will be then as well saved for us. Very nice. Okay, so you continue with that, adding more check-ins with any activity or food, or making reservations for the restaurant and so forth. Okay, get the idea. Okay. Now, I can see that I have two departures today. Stefan Thompson and Gita Thompson are going to leave today as well. Oh, okay. Even though they later, well, with these activities that they have currently, with the moisturizer, but at night they're gonna just basically leave. So what we need to do, just for you to know as well, the normal checkout is here, okay? And as well, it's set up invoice and checkout at the same time, or just go and finalize the invoice, okay? So the normal process is that, of course, we need to check out, okay? You need to confirm with the customer if they are going to leave now the facilities. Of course, that will be the normal type of process. Okay. In my case, the invoice will be sent as well to then the actual company where Gita works. Okay. But don't worry, because the idea is that behind the scene, even though if I don't have the POS I can connect a PIN pad to then receive the credit debit card, and just, well, according to the type of reservation we have, okay, it depends on the rules, okay, we can just immediately finalize and create an invoice here. Because if you remember, in this type of reservation where you're going to be receiving people that works for a company, and you might have rules, who's going to pay for what? Okay, the room, the food, the spa services. The corporate customers normally won't receive a payment from their companies just for you to go and spend it all the money. Well, it depends, okay? But regularly we have policies with our customers. And look at this. The idea of these two windows is that I have two invoices for the same reservation, okay? One invoice for Mr. Stefan Thompson, so she might be able to select in his own bill, okay? If he later purchased something at my hotel, maybe a diamond or maybe something for her wife, okay, he can order that, okay, and he's gonna pay for that. But here I have the actual invoice that will be for Adatum Corporation, is a company where Stefan actually works. Well, and I'm gonna send only the best available rate, the reservation price, okay, for this company. So that I'm gonna create then one invoice for Adatum Corporation and one invoice for whatever Stefan Thompson purchases. Okay, so we don't mix that. And this was a rule, okay, that we call that we created for this customer. I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to go back to the customer configuration. Adatum Corporation is my actual customer, not Stefan Thompson in the end. Okay, so they're going to be paying for the rooms. Okay, let me just continue with this. Okay, and look at this. There are other things that, well, we need to pay as well. But in this case, one invoice will be for that person, okay, and for Adatum Corporation. And look at this. Adatum Corporation is being asked, are you going to pay for all of this? Okay, as well, I have, well, the Luxa room, okay, for the reservation number 2 is 9, okay, everything that appears here, okay, and you can add if you need a discount, okay, well, with permissions, okay, only with permissions, but here we have the totals. For your country, we might add the taxes, of course, automatically calculated. And of course, I forgot to mention that we have I haven't added here, but we have as well multi-currency. Multi-currency is super important. Yes, of course we have. Okay, so it's not gonna be a problem. And normally, well, we just prepared an invoice, okay, and pay on account or something like that for this type of customer, right? So that will be basically the idea for Stefan Thompson. Okay, just let me just check it out, continue with the checkout, and that will be all. Okay, so I have prepared an invoice for a customer, and we just continue doing the same arrivals, departures, and continue with the normal workflow. Okay, and I have, look at this, my open balance. Okay, and this is for today. She has already checked out. Okay, it's not going to be a problem. But Gita Thompson then needs to then continue in the end with my balance that I have actually added today with the 256. Okay, you are going to decide if she's going to be paying now with cash. She's currently, well, will be an invoice that you create for her. You can do any type of tendering that you are going to need. Okay, it's not going to be a problem. And that would be the normal design for everything that I'm actually just showing, correct? Okay, so why not then just to go back go back a little bit to the back office. Let me show you then what we have done as a result. Very nice. So the idea here is that, well, my reservations that I have for today, these numbers have changed a little, okay? I have created one draft reservation, 5 arrivals, 3 in the house, 0 departures for today because I already have checked them out, okay? And now look at this, group reservations, quite interesting, okay? The idea here is that, well, sometimes we have a family, we have people that are organizing different events and things like that, correct? Okay, so for my case and for my example, let me just show you at least one of the options for the reservations for a group. Okay, it's very easy. Just to continue with the explanation, it's quite similar, okay, to a normal reservation. But I have one single check, okay? Don't worry about it. We can give you later more training, but we can just create a group reservation. This could be then maybe the demo, event, or the webinar for LS Central, okay? Very good. This is going to be presential, like the old school way where you're going to visit a hotel for an event, and we're going to have the great webinar for Datum Corporation once again. Why not? Okay, just to present the hotel new system functionality. Okay, then how do we do the reservation? It depends. This will be a 2-3 nights event, maybe for the weekend, but this is going to start maybe on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe. Okay, and everything will be changing. Okay, very nice. They're gonna get a special rate. I don't know. I don't think so, because specifically, I have negotiated with the group that, yeah, we're going to offer you a 10% discount, okay, below my normal rate, because remember that I told you that I have like special configurations in the beginning, in the introduction, where we can have a different rate in dynamics, okay, where we are going to, in this case, offer a 10% discount, okay, just an example. But as well, we have a corporate rate, which is this could be more expensive, of course. Okay, you decide that part. Okay, but in this case, well, I'm gonna get an offer. Okay, 10% discount for your damages. So you start negotiating because of, I don't know what type of events you might have. Okay, but well, at some point you need to establish different type of dynamics for the rate to be automatically, because you are not going to change everything manually, trying to remember everything. Okay, the idea is that the system is going to tell you what, how, but you need to specify your rates, the codes, and we help you with that, how you work with them, with discounts, with special dates for specific periods, for a specific type of rooms or specific customers. Why not? Okay, so then this is where my normal price list minus 10%. Okay, very good promotion for this person, where we are gonna be selecting a, well, now here you decide. Okay, how then do we group different people? Okay, it's not only a matter of asking, okay, how many people is gonna come in a group? Okay, no, how many rooms? Remember, that will be of course, if you are coming here to this webinar, because you know how that actually then the reservation process actually works, and we tell how many rooms and how many adults are going to come. Okay, and then I'm going to add, well, all the reservations required. It doesn't matter how many, as long as we have availability. Remember that part. We're going to be able to offer that availability for the different rooms. And well, for the single rooms, I want three rooms for 3 different people. And once again, just to make a little, to remember a little, let me see. Yes, 3 rooms. I want 3 rooms for these 3 adults. That's funny. That's funny. Let me see what I have done. Okay. Oh, sorry. Every room already knows how many people can be there. So it's calculating already the availability. Okay, and then, well, you can see here that for today, well, for that specific day, I still have 10 rooms available, and the other days I still have 16 rooms available. Okay, very good. So that's the only thing that I need to do to make a reservation for all these people, okay? And then I will just confirm our reservation. Now, what other variables do we have? Okay, once we just receive them, okay, look at this. All these different reservations for my different rooms that I have, okay, from this date to this date, okay, and the classification of the room, double, deluxe, single, everything that is currently for one single reservation that was grouped, all of them into the reservation number 4. Okay, so you can see that every person gets its own reservation in the end. So then how then we work with this type of classification group reservation? Well, you can, and this will be normally part of the process. Then you have this availability. You just need to reserve the room that they want. And let me just see the 1 second. I want to add the names. Sometimes it's very, very useful. Let me see. I have this group members. No, this one is not. Related. Oh, sorry, this one, group members. Okay. Yeah, I have multiple reservations, but you need to add, well, sometimes the actual name, right? This is, you know, a woman, just as an example, my telephone number, and you can find me. This is my actual email. So if you want, you can contact me to get additional information for this webinar. Okay. And here it is. And this will be the consultant. And you continue actually adding, this will be, I don't know, Peter, and then we have Hector Negron, who is my boss, and then we have here Gabriel, who is my co-presenter here. And then the idea is that you are going to be able to add names, actual data, because in the end, it's, remember that we are going to be invoicing different people or one single company or the paymaster. You can decide that among all these people who will be reserving, let me add other names here, okay, XXX, okay? And then you can decide among these different people who is going to be then the responsible for paying, okay, as well, because it could be related as well for families where the actual father is going to pay or somebody, right? Well, but you get the idea of the paymaster, okay? This is what we do then to separate and be able then to simulate the actual configuration for who's going to pay, okay, among all these different people called XXX and Mr. Noé as well. If you need, well, why not to immediately upfront start selling different products? Just I forgot to mention that. Maybe for this event, they want a Crystal Bianco, which is a wine, a white wine, actually, only that, okay. Oh, sorry, I haven't finished this to start selling. Okay. The idea is that for this, I have all these additional configurations, and you can decide whether you are going to then allow to charge to the reservation, okay, or if it's going to be closed, okay. It's up to you how you want to configure for the hotel, okay, and as well the charge type. Whenever somebody charges something, okay, they're going to be charged to the group for the paymaster or individually for the actual room. You decide that part. And the reservation limit. Never forget that, of course, we are going to get then at some point some policies for some customers, for some groups where they're going to get a budget or they're going to be then working by well, specific requirements to work independently or as a group whenever the invoicing process is actually held. Okay, so the idea then is that actually, by the way, the reservation that we might get as well. Let me show you the attributes. I'm just showing you the extras, right? We might decide to have an age limit, a language, a segment, okay? In this case, well, you are going to add additional information if needed. And according to the attributes, okay, and this is because, well, at least for me, okay, this is a segment. Let me just show you corporate. Let me see if I can add it even here. It's not going to allow me. Okay. The attributes are actually going to work to tell me what type of reservation, if it's going to be individual or as a group, it doesn't matter, but this will be dynamic then later to then get additional information for the reservation and continue to add attributes. If they could be even then held to get special discounts. For instance, if you get an age limit or to make restrictions, okay, to make restrictions for specific prices. But the idea is that if you are under or above a specific age limit, you're going to get special discount in my facilities. Once again, for the restaurant, the spa, the whatever, the gift shop, and so forth. Okay, so all of these characteristics are part of my reservation. Okay, and the process here will be at CRM. So because we are gonna get and be able to create context. Okay, we have a small CRM, or if you want to work with the real CRM that Microsoft has, okay, we can actually get well, this information that you're actually connecting in this reservation with the people, the email, the telephone number, this could be used then later to create real contacts, send emails for this person then later, okay? Because once we get the information, then we are going to be able to then add additional communication, maybe for discounts or well, you get the idea here. And this will be part of another module and even another application that is CRM, okay, connected to then start sending emails and then segment our contacts, okay, to then work with specific discounts or any other type of sales operation that you have. If you already know that a CRM, a functionalities, how you then segment customers to then send leads, then create quotations, and then create real sales. Okay, so it's the sales cycle process managed through the CRM module. And as well in Business Central, we have a small CRM to actually do that, at least to be able to manage a small sales cycle. Now, the last thing is that the out room allocation as well, it's optional. You can actually make the system to then assign the rooms for you. Okay, it's not going to be only manually when they arrive. If preferred and in advance, according to the preference that they have, the system can actually then offer optionally, okay, an actual room for your guests automatically without you having to do anything else. Okay, so that's as well part of the normal process. Okay, so currently that will be then the actual way of having an actual reservation. Let's not forget about the actual rate code. That's super important all the time. And you can still change edit here in the reservation card. Now, if I open the POS once again, because I want to come, back and forth so you don't get bored about these specific features or configuration, but see it more graphical, okay? Then I can as well access to my POS. And the idea is that I will be then having more arrivals, okay? And if you remember, well, I have Stephen Thompson with retail, and I'll have some in-house, okay? Sabina, Optimus, Paul Thompson, okay? And here I have my groups, okay? Here I have my group master for somebody who's arriving, and LS Retail and the Optimus. So we have 3 types of reservation, okay? 4 groups. So we have it like separated, okay? So from here, for any type of reservation, okay, don't for Stefan, okay, you can check in at any given moment, an entire group at the same time if needed. That's a little bit different from the individual, okay? So you decided we can just check in by group, check in group, or check out group, okay? And then settle the actual group to create an invoice, okay? So you can as well check in one by one if needed, or check in the entire group as you desire, okay? So in this case, I have manually check out one by one specific room, or you can actually make a question to each member of the group. Hey, which room do you need? Do you want a single or change it? Even at this point, even we have checked in the group, you can still change the actual room for any person. That happens, okay? Maybe one person actually has more, in this case, have and they decide to have spend their vacation, not only coming for the specific event, but they want to then add more days to the reservation that will be paid by the master or individually, and transfer some days the master will be paid, but additional days will be paid by myself as a person. It's up to you, okay? But you can still, in this very moment, just continue changing for one single person among the group, okay? We just need to confirm that, and immediately the POS, once again, you're gonna get the actual new total amount. Previously, this was the 280. Now this will be the new price for the actual room that this only person among the group is looking for, okay, in my property. And then you can decide either this, or if you just want to upgrade them, okay? Upgrade means that for the same price, okay, 280, they're gonna get their new room, but for the same price. So you offer that as a hotel for this actual person, okay? So it's up to you how you want to do it. In my case, no, I'm not gonna upgrade. That's optional and only with permissions, maybe of a supervisor or something like that. So you get this perk, okay? But now I'm just going to then use the new rate. That will be normally what I will be doing in this case. And sorry, I need to change the room. Very nice. Okay, and then I have just changed the room number for the characteristic. This person wanted a twin room, but you saw that you can upgrade or just continue offering this offering the same rate. Is not going to be a problem. Now let's just take a look at some other groups that I have just let me see, check out group. No, they are not checking out today, sorry. And then no, this is not the one I'm looking for. Alice Retail. Yeah. Okay, 3 rooms in this group. Okay, they have already checked in. They have already the 3 different rooms. Okay, and the idea is that, well, if you remember, even though this is a group, they have individual reservations. Okay, you decide if you want to check out them as a group or individually, okay, sell, guest, invoice, and so forth, okay? So it's according to the company desire, okay, or policy, however you actually just do that part, okay? We just can check them out. Oh, let me check in first the group, okay? I check them, all of them at the same time in this case, no one by one. I use the function checking group, and immediately all of them were just checked in. Okay, and then the idea is that, well, it's the same function. We can just check out the group immediately or one by one, as I mentioned, selling all the customers as long as they just leave. Okay, so then this is telling me that the departure is not today. And well, the idea here, of course, is that whenever you need to do a checkout, do I actually need to wait for that? Okay, to that actual long waiting for that? And the answer is, of course, no. Okay, you are going to be able to do an early checkout whenever it's needed. It's not going to be a problem. Okay, so the idea here is that we just need to then do that, because it might have a specific fee. Okay, we have cancellation policies, which I'm gonna speak about when I just close the POS. Cancellation policies means that you might need to charge per early checkout. You might need to charge as well for late arrival and things like that. Okay, arrival or cancellation policies with specific restrictions. Okay, so that would be the idea for the checkout. And maybe, well, the laundry service, well, just in this case, they have a specific price, even though I didn't add a price for this. I forgot it, by the way, but here we will need to pay as well for this, okay? So even though the price will be 0, we can just pay immediately for the laundry service. It's not gonna be a problem. And then, well, nothing else to say. Once we start checking out the person, we just finalize our invoices, okay? And then you decide, in this case, who's gonna, okay, we had a table reservation, we had a massage, okay? Of course, behind the scene of this person, Sabina Garcia, should or need to go to these specific activities. And from the specific restaurant, she's going to be able to order specific meals and she's going to pay in the restaurant, okay? And the massage 30 minutes discount, when she arrives to the spa, she's going to be paying for that massage, independently of the room functionality that I have actually told you. But in the end, it's up to you how you want to do it, but because we can charge everything to the room, and because I'm actually more focused today on the hotel functionality, I have not opened the restaurant, neither the actual a normal POS for selling in your gift shop, okay? But I want to pay everything here in the reception just because of that, okay? But yes, we have everything is connected, and we have restaurants, we have spas, and I can open those POSs to show you more, okay? It's not gonna be a problem. Actually, I have prepared that for the following webinars. If you are curious about what the retail industry is about, okay? The idea is that I will be then, let me just pay this, okay? I will be having more webinars for the different retail industry functionality, okay? What else? Yes, let me just pay it with cash. Okay, so that will be then the idea of the actual process. After, sorry for this. After everything is done, well, I have 0 departures for today. I will continue with in-house, and they continue ordering, they continue purchasing my items and so forth. Okay, so with this in mind, okay, the idea is that I'm gonna just continue doing all the operation for the hotel like this that I have done. Let me just show you some of the processes that I have. I have some reports. Let me show you the night audit report. Let me see if currently it can be printed. Where it is. Hopefully this webinar is explanatory. If you have questions, please, of course, let me know. It's not going to be a problem. And this is the basic functionality, right? Don't worry about it because we have still more to show. Retail is so big that I needed more than 1 month, actually, with the different webinars that I'm presenting. Okay, the capital structure. No. This is connected, sorry, to another report. The night audit is because in the end, what I want to do is just verify that everything is allocated properly, that the person who we're going to be checking out is going to be checking out, and so forth. Okay, but this is just offering, technically speaking, sorry, I have an error for this configuration. But well, the report, the night audit reports that I have, night audit report, it's just basically telling me just to verify that everything was checked in, checked out, all the people that should be today here in the hotel, and you verify all that information, of course, with the totals. Sorry for that. It's a good report to check. Okay, and well, checked in and checked out guests. Well, it's just going to be a simple list of whatever you have just done throughout the day, right? And then just verify the information if you actually. Page, no. Okay, and then that will be helping me to verify my activities. Then the housekeeping, what else? Room status, housekeeping overview. This will be more useful for me because I want to know if everything was completed. You know, the maintenance I need to provide, the statuses. Okay, who is which rooms were already reserved? Okay, housekeeping statuses. I have all the rooms in my hotel, in my facility. Well, at least you can actually filter for different properties. Let me show you. I want to maybe only see my specific property or my specific hotel related to only check the filter to this value. Okay, only the actual rooms that are in the hotel number 1. And here I can see if they have already a reservation. Very important, remember that. If they were checked in, and well, the actual status. From here on a specific daily basis, I will generate the same report. Well, just to verify that everything is actually correct. If not, or for anything reason you need to change it, of course, we just need to verify with our team internally, because with this you can just change it. Okay. Maybe I want to add a second inspection because something happened. The customer called me. He wants something that is not okay, or he had a party yesterday, so he might need just to actually work with this. Okay, on the classical development store, you mentioned that. Okay, and well, you are going to add any status requirement. Just show you once again the type of statuses that we have, and they actually have different tasks to do. Okay, I don't have enough time to present that, but behind the scene is, okay, we have a team of people who is going to be doing the cleaning or maintenance activities for whatever the reason. And then we are going to have tasks connected with Outlook, and they can actually, these people can actually use a handheld or a smartphone to continue updating in their own window, right? We have that for you to update for your personnel in the hotel, to update the room statuses, because we want to actually work with each individual room, right? In the end, changing the housekeeping status according to the actual real status that it has, to have it ready all the time. Okay. So some of the reports is that sorry, I'm gonna then need to be able to, if needed, well, have a graphical way to work where I have all my reservations. Let me just, if you prefer this, is not gonna be a problem. Well, when we have the Luxa Hotel, and then I have the deluxe, the double, all my rooms, well, with the reservation. Look at this, I have the demo. I have this demo event, well, reserving 3 days, but and look at this, unallocated people, from where you can change and look at the actual cards. The first way I was actually presenting the information is because everything was like with the normal Business Central screens. But preferably, and for the people that you will be training on your own hotel, they prefer to have a drag and drop tool and with more graphical information like I'm having here. Okay, in this very moment, if needed, I can drag and drop Paul Thompson according to the preferences of time and room that he currently has. Okay, if needed, then I can open this actual pop-up window showing the characteristics of the reservation. He currently is having a single room. He's currently in room 106 in order to do my actual operations for check-in, check-out, and invoice management. But this it means that we have this way of working as well, very appealing for our people who doesn't desire actually to work with the normal POS or in Business Central with very boring information. Okay, just go directly to the point. Paul Thompson is here. You can check it, check him in, check it how, or cancel the reservation, or prepare an invoice like we did before in the POS, but here with more detail and other type of window that is going to give me, well, the following information. I have then this actual reservation number 3, the quantity for the rooms that he has reserved, the unit price 190 and 90. He's getting all these amounts, total 280. Okay, and here you can actually create the actual invoice from here and even receive deposits. I forgot to mention this. It's optional. This is not connected currently to a PIN pad. This will be an integration whenever he actually, I don't know, he decides to pay any specific amount of money as a deposit, but currently it's just quite manual in this case, but sales invoice payment or web POS, okay? If you need, well, why not to connect? We normally do it on a regular POSs, to connect your PIN pads with your bank, okay? But here it is just at least, well, to accept manually this type of prepayments, we have this specific information, okay? So we can connect that PIN pad. That will be normally an integration. Never forget that. But in this case, well, if needed, meanwhile, what you are thinking, we have the functionality at least to accept deposits, of course, right? And it's up to you whether you want to work manually or with the integrated solution for the terminal for your bank. So the idea here is that we are going to be able to manage all this information for the invoice, okay? As well, we can create the invoice from here. Let me just But this is the, sorry, I don't have a customer for this invoice. Let me just try to pick another one with a customer. And this is because, yes, remember that we have companies that, for instance, here for Adatum Corporation. Remember that we have companies, not only persons, okay? And this is exactly that, okay? So the process after we have just done everything for any given company, once again, the reservation, the hotel, the activities, blah, 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 we just can create an actual invoice in let me check it. I need to change the arrival date. Changing my rates. Oh, for this. Okay, sorry, I was receiving as well a call while I'm just checking my my guests here. Okay, the invoice. I was just to finalize the webinar for today. Okay, very important. Once again, remember we have deposits. We can do the actual payments. Okay, very important to then receive as an actual POS with this type of hybrid POS, right? Where we manage this graphical way of making reservations as well. It's optional how you want to use it. We actually have the three of them working at the same time. A normal POS just to receive the payments, this a graphical way to make a reservation, or the previous initials that I just showed you, okay? But here, the idea, I have prepared a sales invoice, okay? The sales invoice is going to contain everything that the customers or people of or group, okay, have added while they were on our facilities, okay, in this case only room, okay, but remember any given invoice might have, and we can continue even sell items, GLDR expenses, we can add comments, okay? This is financial invoice that we receive in Business Central, okay? So at any given moment when we generate the invoice, this is going to drag all the activities, items, services for Robert in this case, okay? Or for all the people in the event that we have actually created, and the customer will be the paymaster. The customer is Adatum Corporation, and he's going to pay for the event he's going to have. Okay, just to mention, okay, it's not only about just the reservation. Remember that behind we have an activities module, and through the activities module that I don't have time to present, that will be in the future, okay, in the following month, I'm going to present you with the activities because we have spas, we have tennis classes, we have a room reservation. And let's say that Adatum Corporation, yes, reserve a room and they're going to order pizzas with sodas to prepare for a corporate meeting and so forth. And Adatum Corporation is going to pay for all of that, apart from the hotel rooms that I'm showing today. So that would be the idea of the paymaster. Okay, remember that. And from here, very important, I can post and send. If you have Outlook, we have Outlook integration with the Business Central that is going to be sending them just basically an email and just attach a PDF or a document, a Word, an Excel, whatever you need. Okay, but this can be sent automatically to the Robert Towns. Remember, we have the contact with the email and posting the financial information for me in this very moment for all the actual room reservations. And look at this, everything is just here currently, the quantity, and is green, okay? And from here, we can just say, by the way, that this is going to be an AR management that we have, because I just want to once again explain. Business Central has its own financial module, which is very powerful. Remember, we are working in a ERP. Okay, so the idea is that then later my AR department is going to see the actual real invoice that the system has prepared for me, 10/32/16. So it's not going to be everything like I have just shown before, okay, where I actually pay with the POS or the reception, etc. But sending the invoice to AR means that, well, I have the department, right, with the accountants. Will be now working with this aging process, because look at this, the payment terms for this customer is that every invoice that I generate, independently of whatever I have charged, is going to be paid in 1 month. And look at this, if I as well receive a payment among the very first 8 days from where I actually send this invoice, I'm going to get a 2% discount. So the document date is here, the due date is here, okay? All of this information, and a datum corporation, the contact list of Robert Town, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, all of this information is coming from the financial module, just to mention that. Okay, so that will be then how I will be invoicing, not only receiving the payments in my POS and send that invoice to the actual to the actual customer. Okay, and that's something that you normally should be doing, creating the invoice, but this has the facility that is connecting my financial module to all my hotel, my activities, my loyalty, and my regular sales. Okay, connecting the financial module to everything that I have just mentioned. Very, very good. Now, this is not the actual close. Just want to show you one last thing about this. Okay, forgot to mention that if you drag over any of the reservations that I have, you get additional information, okay? How many guests, the actual balance, extras, and you can actually continue selling or adding comments here. Is not gonna be a problem, okay? Very nice. Let me just come back. And what will be then the actual process for me to actually work? Okay, in the end, we need to close all our POSs, okay? It's a quite long process as well. You might ask me, Noe, I as well do not only do the reservations, I just need to close, I need to see the money that I have in my drawer machine, count the tickets and all of that, okay? Yes, we have it. We call it the statement, okay? Let me show you at least. The open statement list, maybe one that is already prepared because I won't have time. Please, if you have questions or want to contact me, please let me just know. But every store that in the end we close, okay, we're gonna generate all the payment methods. In this case, look at this. In my statement for my hotel for any given date, well, I have a financial close. Maybe at night, okay, I will get for the cashier that was just, or in the reservation or in different POSs, each POS terminal is going to count the actual money, okay, or gift cards, because, well, in my hotel, I offer a gift card, sorry, here, okay, or credit debit cards. And then the cashier need to count the tickets and the money they have in the drawer machine. And from here as well, we might need to do secondary activities like sending to the bank or well, you know, this type of processes. Look at this, the bank. I don't know if this is currently sending something. No, nothing is being sent to the bank currently, but we can then do the transfer to the bank actually from, or if you want to then having people making the deposit into the bank, okay, taking the actual money from the drawer machine and then preparing bags and all of that, okay, we have that cash management functionality as well. But the idea of whenever we actually do this type of reports, we verify the differences, okay? Your people will be counting in the terminals, declaring the tender, okay? Like any other POS you need, well, in our system, we can just count how much money we have and we compare the counted against the real transactions that we have, and just to verify the actual differences. And why do we use this type of this report? And the accountants as well is going to ask, okay, how did we manage to integrate all this super complex activity into my financial module? It's not going to be a problem. This statement does it all. Look at how many entries I have created for this specific day of activities. Well, For all the sales that I have done independently, the system is going to tell you which accounts we are going to be using. In this case, well, I have some actual regular sales. Okay, and we are actually selling these. Let me just. Okay, this is better, a better view. For the report for today, 51, okay, when we close the day, well, this Business Central, conjunction with all the activities, well, is consolidating my sales procedures for the day, and currently I have this amount of sales, okay, and as well for the sales retail, this is one account 6110, which is an income account, receiving all the specific amount of money, okay? And then the Business Central did everything automatically. You're going to be able to see all these amounts, these entries as an accountant with the actual report for the day 51. So if you want to ask your hotel manager, your gift shop manager, your spa manager, if they have terminals, you're going to be receiving one specific document that actually helps us to post everything into your actual chart of accounts. And we know that you want to know how do I receive all this information, okay? And then, well, I have the difference that I have explained where in another income account, retail sales differences, blah, blah, blah. But important for me, well, all the different payment methods, okay? Different payment methods that I have, okay? Each tender type for me has one GL account different. Well, I have one for cash, one for the different debit credit cards, okay? In this case, this is Visa. And as well, I might have one for AR. It's not going to be a problem. We receive all this information, updating your GL account, updating your warehouse entries with what we call then the actual warehouse cost or inventory module in a very general way. Actually, we don't manage an inventory module by itself, okay? We have warehouses, we have hotels, we have stores, which in the end they are as well warehouses, so to speak. And then we have for the different report, well, the quantities that were sold, -1, look at this. All these minuses are sales, okay, for the same location, which is in this case a store, okay? So you can have the different stores in your resort. Store number 1 is a gift shop, store number 2 is a restaurant, store number 3 is the spa, store number 4 is the tennis court, whatever. Whenever you have then sales and sell inventory or services, we consider that a store. And we have, so to speak, a warehouse, okay? Even if it's virtual or however you want to manage it. And well, this is the item number with a picture and the actual, we have a basketball court in this facility, in this resort, and we are selling these balls, okay, basketballs. Good. So we as well post, well, the financial and inventory transaction, okay, just to mention that. And we have other details because we might have multi-currency, we as well might have taxes and so forth. But everything was posted through one statement, and we do this type of report, okay, on a daily basis in my hotel, right? Just to be able to post my income and tender types against, if you need, of course, verifying the actual entries that we do in the inventory, warehouse, and financial modules that we have. And if that's not enough, just to finish as well, if you ask me, no, that's not enough. Actually, I want to see transaction by transaction. Well, just what have you closed for any given day? And because yes, your accountants, of course, believe me, are going to ask you that every day. So we have the receipt number. We have what you have done within that receipt, what day, what time, and the actual staff number. Well, here I have a cashier that is called Leo for the store number 1, who is, well, selling whatever, right? And if you want, well, from this, whenever you have actually verified, I don't know, if you want to check a reference or whatever, right? You have this in real time connected, and you can even click on to check the actual detail of each transaction. You can look at this, print the hotel invoice, send hotel invoice if needed once again, connected to the actual ticket. Okay, so everything is once again connected. Every entry that we generate contains the details of what was done. Okay, in this case, it was a sale. a item at the time, or even if it was returned at some point, okay? Because yes, we manage returns when needed, of course. Return means that, well, for any given reason, the customer is going to arrive at the POS and tell you, I don't want this item for whatever the reason, and we can then just check the reason, if it's the incorrect item, the warranty, if it was an error or whatever, and we just can accept the returns through our stores and in this hotel. Okay, so we have, once again, what we have saw, the sales entries, the quantities, and the price. Very nice. And the payment entries that were linked to that specific transaction, because we do not only receive one type of payment like I have done, but just for you to know, the payment or the tendering, of course, in any retail industry might actually require 1, 2, 3 payment or tender types for one single operation: credit, debit, half cash, one or loyalty points with coupons, and so forth. Okay. But we just linked, or well, sell the payments against every sales operation. So everything is just basically sell properly, right? And well, this is how then we integrate into one single financial report in the end for the closing end of the day activities. We declare the money, or we declare for every terminal, right? But in the end, for every facility, store, hotel that you have in your resort, we are going to generate a specific financial or statement report for any of your stores. Okay, so that will be for today. Thank you for your time. Hopefully this was insightful, towards understanding the functionality. And if you have additional doubts, okay, just please contact us on optimus.guru. Okay, my email is noe.wellman@optimus.guru as well, if you want to contact me. Actually, I saw my email that I wrote it in one of the customer cards. Let me just show you it once again, just to receive more ideas. These webinars that I will be preparing throughout the month were actually customer requirements to show retail functionality that we have for Business Central, for store management. Okay. It's nothing. And then just basically be able to work together. Okay. Just at least let me send you my show you my email.